when it comes to working one-on-one with students, which is a lot of what you do, how do you best identify the needs of the students that you work with?
So there's sort of two parts of that. The first part is, I go, like I said, I look in Power School and I look and I see what they need to complete. But then as far as finding out their specific educational needs, that's a whole nother thing. Is obviously you just have to kind of watch and listen carefully and see where they're making errors and what they need more practice on. And I can create more practice because I've been teaching, but certainly we don't expect probably all volunteers to be able to create more quadratic equation problems or something like that. But you certainly, if you felt like the student needed more, that's something where maybe you could email the teacher and say, hey, could you toss me some more problems, or direct me to a site or something like that.
Excellent. So it's both looking at existing information that and just really trying to understand that student, and then talking with the teacher in terms of what are some things that can help. Yeah, and absolutely, you have a level of experience and a skill set that we're not expecting from all volunteers, but some of these general ideas I think anybody could look at. And just for clarification, because not everybody might know Schoology and Power School, some people are using it, but others aren't. Those are just both programs that both Schoology is to look at assignments and Power School is sort of to check grades and be able to have some insight into how that student's doing academically. So I just want to
Power School is nice because it shows you exactly what they're missing. Schoology has the assignment. I also thought of something else to go with the last question, and that is one of the greatest things you can do is teach the student good organizational skills. I mean, one of the biggest issues with students that need extra help is that they are disorganized. If you open up their backpack, there's just papers mashed and they're not in folders. And I used to, even in high school, I would have, volunteers and assistants take a minute with the student and make sure that all of the papers in the backpack are put into the math papers in the math folder and so on, and sort things out, get them in order by date so that the most recent is on top. Little things like that to us, we just take for granted, are a huge thing for students, and even seniors in high school need help with that, some of them.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that's great feedback. So, because it really demonstrates the variety of things that a volunteer can assist with. So it doesn't just have to be the quadratic equation, but it's how do you just organize your life, because that is a skill that helps with students academically, and that's a way to support. So yeah, that's a great insight. And I've definitely heard other schools and teachers who have placed volunteers say, this is really what we need that volunteer to do, is just help that student with their organizational skills, or help them understand how to plan what they're doing. So just to recognize that can be something that you can provide as a skill to a student that you might not think about.
Absolutely. Even having them come in and, like we said, and you model this too, make sure when they come in, get out your math book, get out your math folder, get out your pencil, get your materials out, be ready for class.
Right. So you're modeling that behavior. No, that's fantastic.